In this video, I'm going to go over how to generate a polynomial with given zeros. Now, if you're given a polynomial and you're asked to find the zeros, generally what you do is you factor the polynomial, if possible, set each factor equal to 0, and then the zeros. Okay? So in this problem, we have generate the polynomial with given zeros of 1, -1/2, and -3. And then it gives you the condition. It has to satisfy the fact that p of 0 is equal to -3. Okay, so what we do then is just go backwards. I say 1 is a 0, so we know that x minus 1 has to be a factor of that polynomial. If -1/2 is a 0, then we know that x minus a -1/2 has to be a factor. If -3 is a 0, then we know that x minus a -3, or x plus 3, has to be a factor. So the way we have to start off with then is with this format. Okay, so 1 is a 0, x minus 1 has to be a factor. -1/2 is a 0, so x minus a -1/2, which makes it x plus 1/2, has to be a factor. And -3 is a 0, so x minus a -3 has to be a factor, which is x plus 3. Okay, now we're going to have a coefficient of a, but we don't really know what that coefficient is. Now keep in mind that I could make a, in this case, if I'm not given this particular condition right here, then this would be the answer. That's as far as you could go. So I could put a 2 there, and this would still be a polynomial with these zeros. I could put a -5 for a. This would still be a polynomial with these zeros. So to satisfy the condition, okay, we have to solve for a. So it tells me that p of 0 is equal to -3. So p of 0, put a 0 where the x is in each of the factors. First one gives me a -1. The next one, put a 0 where the x is, I get a 1/2. Put a 0 where the x is, I get a 3. So I get this right here. So I get a times a -1 times a 1/2 times a 3 gives me -3/2 a. And the condition is that this p of 0 is -3. So this then should equal to -3. And then if I solve for a, then a should be -3. Solving that equation for a should be -3 times the reciprocal of 2 over -3. Okay, these cancel out, and I get a is equal to 2. So the specific polynomial then that satisfies these conditions then would be this right here, p of x. Then we have the product of the factors, and then now we know that a is equal to 2. Then we can multiply a times any one of these factors, not all 3 though, because then you're really multiplying by 8 if you do that. So it's just 2 times, say, the middle factor. That gives me 2x plus 1. I get this, so I get x minus 1 times 2x plus 1 times x plus 3. This is really the answer right there. But if you want to multiply that out, depending on what your instructor asks you, this would be the polynomial. Notice p of 0 does give you a -3. Okay, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.